guys, I am coming to you with a different kind of video today. I have a very special announcement, something I've been having to hold in for a really long time. I know a lot of you, not everyone, but a lot of you do know that I write, and I've written some short stories that have been in various short story collections. But I did write a novel. I wanted to tell you guys about it for so long, I hadn't been able to yet. So without further ado, the cover to This Is Not a Ghost Story, coming out June 10th this year, is...
Welcome back. That was Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and best-selling author Amerie talking about her first novel, This Is Not a Ghost Story. So back in 2017, Amerie edited Because You Love to Hate Me, a YA anthology of short stories that became a New York Times bestseller and a Junior Library Guild selection. Then in 2023, she debuted her first children's book, You Will Do Great Things. We talked about that. Beautiful book on our show, and now you have jumped into writing this 11 years in the making.
Yeah, 11 years in the making. I mean, I've written other things in between, but this particular story, I needed to step away from it, come back to it, and all of that. And this is actually the first time here today that I've seen the finished copy. Like I saw, yes, this is the first. Also, I saw it, and I was like,
well, let me share your book with you. First of all, I love it. Congratulations. So, the book lead character is John. John is a ghost who has the ability to automatically know about a person's past. But on the flip side, he also knows what others think of him. All right, where was this formed in this beautiful mind?
A nightmare, like a nightmare. You would never want to know that, I think. Like you just be able to read someone's thoughts. Right. But it just happens to him occasionally where he can kind of grab painful parts of a person's life.
But he's a ghost.
But he's a ghost.
Okay.
But of course, I don't think any of us really want to know like exactly what someone thinks of us.
Oh, I
in
do.
Real time.
I want to be John. Yes. Yes, I do.
It's kind of like I'd be like, no.
What? See, because
it was going so well.
It's such a fascinating story because you are a self-described bookworm. You graduated from Georgetown University as an English major. You said that you were reading over 60 books a year. But then once you had your son, River Road, that kind of diminished because you're doing mom duties. Look at that beautiful baby.
That's my baby. Yeah.
So you know how to consume a book. So that's why this is such a fascinating storyline, because John the ghost becomes famous for being a ghost in LA. And then he gets a brand deal. And a bottle of water. I mean, he's like an influencer ghost. So tell me, what did you go to bed eating something spicy that night?
I love to play what if. So I'm a big what if person. I mean, I'd be in a car and I'm like, what if there was like a zombie apocalypse right now? Where would you go? Is this the best car to be in? You know, stuff like that. So I was like, what if there was a ghost, but everyone could see him, and then, it's
and then he becomes an influencer?
Life. Well, he can't stand people, actually.
Right.
He really does not like people. It's kind of like he gets spotted and they're like, this is what you need to do. Who are you? And then they're just like, you're just wandering around. We need to shape that image.
Was John inspired by someone you know?
No, he was not. But I will say that all characters that I write, they are not me, but I put facets of myself into every one of them.
Okay, what part of John is you?
I think the part of John that's me, honestly, is because the story is about a ghost, but that's why it's called This Is Not a Ghost Story. Because that's an element, but the story, it's not even like a supernatural story in that way. It's very grounded. The part about John that's most like me is that I am an eternal optimist. Okay. I love people. I see people, I'll be like, oh, it makes me cry because I see the love. But there's another part of me, that I'm not so much a curmudgeon anymore, but in the past where I would just see like how terrible humanity could be. And that sometimes I was like, I love people, but I hate them. I was like, they're so evil.
Well, because in truth, you're in the music industry, you're in entertainment. Sometimes people can see that as being transactional and challenging of moral compass, right?
But even just life.
Well, people's moral compass are challenged every day. So
Yeah, and
you're this battle of wills, and so now you've come up with This Is Not a Ghost Story, which I think is a clever title. Makes me think, of course, movie. If we're casting John.
Girl, well, all right, you know.
Oh.
I'm always thinking big.
Right.
You can never blame me for thinking small.
So who's John? Is it Michael B. Jordan? Who's...
I'm not going to say, but y'all can throw out names.
I mean, so when you were crafting John, you know, sometimes when you're writing something in your mind, you say, it's kind of a this kind of person or that kind of person. Who did you have in mind?
I don't want to say, because then that means that when, you know, God willing, there's casting, then the person will be like, well, they didn't really want me to do it. And I'm like, no, I'm so happy.
They'll get over it. Tell us who you're thinking.
I will, you know what I will say is that there's a character named Lee Kingston, who's kind of like a comedian turned political talk show host, and that kind of like a blend. And something about, there was a lot of Kevin Hart's essence that I put in there. It's different. They look different, but their height is probably similar. And it's like, but you know, Kevin seems so kind.
He is.
So think about evil Kevin.
Evil Kevin.
And then
well, you know, what is that? The Secret Life of Pets. He played that evil bunny. So we can, so you know. We've seen his evil side and character. Listen, coming up. Oh, wait a minute. You're not going anywhere, but can I have that book back?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. This Is Not a Ghost Story, published June 10th. That's coming up, right?
That's right.
Well, this is not a show that doesn't do a giveaway. This is a show that gives a giveaway. Amerie has arranged for you all to go home with a copy before June